Hello everyone. Welcome to our brand new channel. We're going to be talking about the carnivore diet, health, and weight loss. I'm Valerie, and today I've got a promise for you that by the end of the video, I am going to reveal some exciting statistics. At least they're exciting for me. I hope you will be as thrilled to hear about them as I was to find out about them. It's our stats for, or my stats for uh, how I've done in the last 8 days with the carnivore diet, sort of carnivore diet. At least for the first 8 days, we're getting stricter. First, I want to share with you a little bit of information that kind of breaking news. I saw an article today that the FDA approved Eli Lilly's drug for, they've had this drug for diabetes that they approved, I think, in May, and now they have approved it for weight loss. So uh, it's something that's going to compete with Ozempic and those kinds of drugs. So Eli Lilly's very excited about it, especially since it costs over $1,000 a month, which is actually the bargain price apparently for these drugs. Because I read that the other ones that like Ozempic and there was one other, I can't remember the name of it, they're even more than that every month. Um, I am thankful that I don't have type 2 diabetes, and I am doing everything I can to try to prevent that. This new drug that they came out with, they've done studies and people lost up to 52 pounds, which is pretty amazing. I agree, but I would much rather try to do this without the drugs. I have tried all sorts of diets, including diet pills. They're just not good for you, and I don't really want to put that kind of thing in my body. I realize that people with diabetes do have to use some of these drugs, but I also think that the best option for especially a type 2 diabetic would be to change your way of eating and reverse that type 2 diabetes. Anyway, so we'll go on now about our experience so far. My husband Steve and I have both struggled with our weight for years. I think that we will have something unique to offer on this channel. I hope so. That's the plan. But we'd like to let you follow our journey and let you see how we do. I figure I would give you a little bit of a personal background on me. I was not overweight as a child. I was a very normal weight, active child. I would climb trees and play, and I ate whatever was normal to eat, whatever my family ate. And I was, just a normal sized child. When I reached puberty, this was a time when it was very popular for girls to have no hips or boobs, no hips or breasts. However, I did. I had hips and breasts. So at about 16 years old, I weighed 140 pounds. I look back at pictures now and I think I look great. But at the time, I had doctors, teachers, parents, fellow students, just everybody telling me that I needed to lose weight. And, according to the little chart they used to use, the little insurance chart, I think I looked it up and I was supposed to weigh like 113 pounds. I would have looked like a skeleton at 113 pounds. I still would look like a skeleton at 113 pounds. But that's what was, that's what everybody thought you should weigh. And there was no accounting for um, body type, really. And my body type is an hourglass. So I have full hips and full breasts. And a dent in the middle where my waist is. That has not been the case lately, but I'd like to get back there. So my natural curves worked against me as a teenager, and it made me develop a lifelong struggle with body image, self-image, weight. And so, of course, when everyone in my world anyway, was telling me I was overweight, the only thing available to me at that time was a starvation diet, basically. Cut your calories. I can't tell you how many 1,000-calorie diets my mother did. She did them all the time. Because that's what, doctors recommended. If you wanted to lose weight, you go on this $1,000 calorie diet, and you lose weight. Well, the problem with that is that's really hard to sustain because you're starving, literally starving. I remember, getting up in the morning and fixing ice and pineapple to try to have breakfast with that and, have it sustain me through the school day. And, I wouldn't eat lunch, and then I would eat whatever, for dinner that my mother was eating. So, I mean, it was not a healthy way to eat. I didn't feel good, even as a teenager. I mean, and my self-image just was shot. It was terrible. When now, I look at the body I had and I would, I would be thrilled with that. And I think that a lot of times adults and people in authority positions, they misuse that a little bit. It's not like anybody was malicious in this. It was just they were doing what they thought was right. I know that. But, I paid a big price in self-esteem, and I worked years and years to get that back. I'm not as self-conscious now, but I'm also 59 years old. It's taken me a lifetime to get there. So, I've been on lots of diets. I've been on, like I said, the 1,000-calorie diets. I've been on liquid diets that were 800 calories and mostly dairy, which just didn't agree with me at all because my gastrointestinal tract does not agree with dairy, at least not large amounts of it. Did I lose weight on those? Yes, I did. Did I keep it off? Absolutely not. I've started at that 140, and then by the time I was a young adult, I was at 160, and then I went on to 180, and then finally 200, 220, and now I am at 243 pounds, which I am not happy with. Or at least I was at 243 pounds when I started. At the end of this, I will tell you what I've lost in the last 8 days, which is pretty exciting. So, it was kind of a roller coaster. I didn't go just 20 pounds, 20 pounds, 20 pounds. It was 20 pounds up, 10 pounds down, 30 pounds up, 10 pounds down. Occasionally I would lose, 30 pounds at a time, but, it's not sustainable when you are starving yourself. It's just not. I did find keto eventually. And then I did lose weight on keto and I kept it off for a while. Um, but even that is difficult to sustain in some ways. Um, so so that's my husband, who has also struggled with his weight. He lost 160 pounds on keto and kept it off for a little while, and now an unfortunate amount has come back. He didn't gain all 160 pounds back, but he's not where he wants to be. We both have some underlying health issues that we feel like carnivore will address or at least help some. Um, and we're excited to see where this takes us. I have some autoimmune issues. He has a blood cancer that he is currently being treated for. And I don't think carnivore will cure the cancer or anything like that. Like I said, he's being treated and he's expected to be in remission. Um, but I'm hoping, and we're hoping, that the carnivore diet will keep will assist in his health, so that perhaps he'll stay in remission longer. We'll see. We don't know, but we'll keep you posted, and that's what this channel is all about. And now for the exciting news here at the end. I guess first I'll tell you that um, this is the first video on the channel, so in the future we want to talk about our diet, our health challenges, our personal stories, why we've chosen this path to health, um, and we're thrilled to have you here listening to us. I hope that people can relate to my story. I know that I'm not alone in, having a body image that is not ideal. When I was growing up, when I was younger, the models were all, pencil thin, anorexic almost, and some of them really were, and that sort of thing. So we're looking at being healthier. That's actually more important than the weight loss, but the weight loss is certainly part of it because because we don't want to develop type 2 diabetes, and we know that weight plays a role in that. We don't want to develop some of these comorbid factors that weight contributes to. So hopefully we'll be able to get on the right path and stay there and share our successes and challenges with you, and bring you along on this journey. So now for the exciting news. I started, let me grab my calendar here. I started, it was a kind of dirty carnivore because we still had some things in the cabinet we wanted to get rid of and some things in the fridge still that we want to get rid of. So it hasn't been, strictly just meat or, anything like that. And I know people do carnivore a little bit differently, and some people add things and other, animal products. Some people do just meat, some people do animal products, all of that. But we made chili one night because we had a can of tomatoes in the fridge. So that's what I'm talking about. It's kind of dirty carnivore. It was more keto, but it was just one can, and we used like 2.5 pounds of ground beef with it, so it wasn't a lot of tomatoes in it. Um, and so there were a few things like that we've done that will not be in the future while we're on this journey. We don't know how long we'll stay on this journey. It may be, it may be several months. It may be for the rest of our lives. I don't know. We're just going to see how our bodies feel. I think we're both committed to it for, kind of maybe we'll look at it in 90 days and see where we are, how we feel, and if we are feeling great, which I suspect we will be, then we'll certainly continue on. I've probably got about 100 pounds to lose, and my husband probably has about 80 pounds to lose. I'm not going to be upset if I only lose 80. I'll be fine with that. But we'll see where my body ends up wanting to be. That's kind of my goal. But we'll see. Anyway, I started this October 30th. I weighed 243.6 pounds at the start of this. And I weighed yesterday, which was Tuesday, November 7th. And I weighed in at 235.4 pounds, and that is an 8.2 pound loss. Now, I realize that a lot of that may be water weight, and that's fine. It still makes me happy to see that lower number on the scale. In the 230s instead of the 240s, and I am thrilled with that. We'll just see how this week goes and how we fare this week. So I can't wait, and we will put out another video. I hope to get Steve on here so that he can tell you his story, and we'll kind of go from there, and we'll test things out and tell you how it's going. So thank you so much for watching us. We really appreciate it. We truly want to help people like us, or even people that aren't like us but relate to us. And we want you to have a great life and a healthy life. And if you're looking for something to improve your life, we hope that we can share our story with you so that things in your life can be better. So you take care, and we will see you next time.